The man brought a corpse that had been dead for 7 days to the hospital. He desperately begged the doctor to save his brother. Yet strangely, the doctor pushed the body into the operating room without even looking. After examination, they discovered this man was already dead. But the doctors didn't care at all whether the patient was dead or alive. They only cared whether the patient's family had money. So the doctors began to pretend to be very busy. The doctor came to his side and handed him a form. He told Jack that the patient's life was in critical danger and he must buy medicine immediately. Moreover, it had to be purchased from the pharmacy next to the hospital. Jack discovered the list contained up to 100 types of medicine, and he had never heard of any of them. He spent a year's salary to buy all the medicine. Jack hurriedly handed all the medicine to the nurse. However, unexpectedly, the nurse immediately returned the medicine to the pharmacy. But this was only the beginning. Next, the doctor told Jack the patient still needed $500,000 for surgery. He agreed without thinking. After Jack paid, a specialist entered the operating room. The family members waited anxiously outside the operating room. However, the doctors inside the operating room were happily chatting. Only after an hour had passed did the doctor slowly walk out with a grave expression. He told Jack they had tried their best, but his brother couldn't be saved and had died. After hearing this, Jack immediately pulled out a death certificate from his pocket. The doctor was instantly frightened and flustered upon seeing it. It turned out the patient was already dead before being brought in, yet they had been trying to resuscitate a corpse for several hours. Realizing the matter was exposed, the doctor hurriedly stuffed the death certificate into his mouth. However, unexpectedly, Jack unhurriedly pulled out another death certificate. He demanded the hospital pay $5 million in compensation. Otherwise, he would expose this matter to the media. The hospital had no choice but to agree to Jack's request. However, what they didn't know was that after Jack gave the $5 million compensation to the deceased's family, he immediately exposed the whole affair.